Steelers showing these early season signs of life once again, but the question is not who you are now, it's who you are going to be after the stuffing and turkey on Thanksgiving. Is this the answer for your Steelers?
Yes, this is another need in terms of Pittsburgh. It seems like they've been trying to address the wide receiver room over the last 3 or 4 years, it feels like, in terms of adding playmaking ability. When you trade away George Pickens, you provided a missing piece in terms of playmaking outside of DK Metcalf. And if you look at what Aaron Rodgers has been doing right now without major playmakers at the wide receiver unit, you add Chris Olave with the tight end production they've been getting, along with what DK Metcalf has been doing, a healthy Calvin Austin, they can be major players in January football. That has been an issue for Pittsburgh in January football. The lack of playmakers with guys that carry the football. Chris Olave, to your point, he can get behind coverage like DK Metcalf does, but he does so with more fluidity in terms of how he runs his routes.
I look at Aaron Rodgers, 1 to 5, I'll give this one a 2.
What?
Yeah, because hear me out. Cause
he made the scale.
I made the scale because I want people to have the idea of where we're going with this, right? Because when you look at Aaron Rodgers and what he likes from his receivers, he likes to have that extrasensory perception with those guys. That's ESP, by the way.
Oh,
we got, you know what I'm saying? So, but when you look at Chris Olave, I don't think that's his game, although he comes for that wide receiver factory at Ohio State. When you look at how he's played in New Orleans, there are a lot of times where whoever's the quarterback, he's always not really on the same page, right where he's supposed to be. And we know how that is going to fare with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will make him not play because he's not where he thinks he's supposed to be.
What are you talking about? Are you not seeing what Aaron Rodgers have done with nobody, really? Outside of DK Metcalf, you can't name 3 notable wide receivers on the Pittsburgh Steelers team right now.
But it ain't about that.
No, wait, it is about that.
I think what Emery's saying is he likes having one guy that he's going to force feed that football to. I'm not saying I agree with the football.
You look at what Aaron Rodgers have done right now in terms of the consistency and his ability to distribute the football. He's been forced to throw to Darnell Washington. He's been forced to throw to Jonnu Smith, the tight ends, because they don't have pass catchers.
Counterpoint, look at how those receivers in Green Bay looked at strict bombed when he left. All 4 of those guys. Joe didn't play for them.
I'm pointing at Joe because Joe said something that was very, very important in terms of our discussion with the Buffalo Bills. When you look at the big red machine in playoff time, you better have guys that can score points because what are they going to do? And the big red machine is the Kansas City Chiefs. Did you not see what their playmakers did yesterday with a full arsenal of pass catchers? If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, the issue for them has been the inability to score points in what? Playoff time.
Yeah. And I'd just say this. It's Chris Olave. Who wouldn't love to have him? It's just...
He said a 2, though, Joe.
An
I'm not saying
exercise, and if it makes sense, I understand.
I mean, he just figured out that
I understand that.
He just figured out that
you know your Patriots.
He just figured out
we need wide receivers. Yeah. It's not 2. It's not dose.
It's a deuce.
It's not dose.
All right, so the Patriots sit at a 3 on the Emery Hunt scale. The Bills...
He said a 2. Oh, yeah, Patriots.
A 5-alarm situation for the Bills. 2 for the
Steelers Nation, we've got to talk. There's urgency in the air, there's frustration in the locker room, and there's opportunity on the horizon. The headline reads this: the offense isn't the problem this season. The firepower behind Aaron Rodgers is doing its job. What's dragging us down? The defense. That's not hearsay, it's fact. After the 33-31 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, a game in which we allowed 470 total yards, yes, 470, and 142 yards on the ground to a franchise that had been among the worst rushers in the NFL, alarm bells are flashing. Let's walk through it. Rodgers threw another masterpiece. He hit the milestone, passing Ben Roethlisberger to become the 5th all-time leading passer in league history. That's leadership. That's production. But we traded production for opportunity, and yet the support behind him, particularly on defense, betrayed the uniform. The offense gave us 31 points, the lead, hope, and the defense handed the game back. Look at the specifics. 342 passing yards from veteran Joe Flacco, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The Bengals rolled up 47 passes, changed the down and distance, abused our run defense, attacked our coverage. And now, from the Hall of Fame to the sideline, veterans are speaking up. Player leaders like Cam Hayward pointed finger directly at the front line. It's not the secondary, that's a cop-out. We got to control the line of scrimmage a lot better. We were last in rushing, we gave it up today, takes the cake. That kind of honest self-critique is the first step, because when your players say it's unacceptable, it changes the tone in the building, but it also exposes how far from acceptable we are. Here's the twist though. Despite all this turmoil, we aren't out of contention, because we've got something many teams don't: an offense built around Rodgers, a rising back in Jaylen Warren, and a tight end room playing above its expectations. And there's a window open. That's why the latest wave of commentary is urging the front office to act, and to act boldly. Former Steeler great Bryant McFadden stepped on CBS and said, "If you look at what Aaron Rodgers has been doing right now, without major playmakers at wide receiver, add Chris Olave, they could be major players in January football." Let's unpack that. It's not about pointing fingers, it's about solving problems. If our defense keeps leaking and our offense is doing the heavy lifting but still falls short of championships, then the answer might not be just coaches or scheme, it might be personnel. The article says it clearly. With the deadline fast approaching, GM Omar Khan needs to consider adding another weapon. Because when you face the big red machines, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, they've got parts. You need parts too. And so, here we stand, 4-2, leading the AFC North, despite the shaky defensive showing. We're still very much alive. This is the moment for Steelers Nation. Time to dig deep, to believe, not because everything is perfect, but because we still have the pieces and the resolve. The defense must clean up, gap control, tackling, consistency, simpler but disciplined fundamentals. And the offense, we ride with Rodgers. We believe in it. A move at wide receiver would amplify it, yes, but belief and action go hand in hand. Because let's get real, the Steelers are built on steel. They aren't built on excuses. The defense's collapse in Cincinnati was unacceptable. The sideline trend of Thursday night road woes in AFC North games under Tomlin is real and needs correcting. But we're not abandoning the ship. We're steering it. The offense has shown up. The leadership is still there. The legacy of the franchise calls us forward. So here's what I'm asking you, Steelers Nation. Do you believe this team can flip the script? Can we watch the defense rise and the offense lead us into playoff contention, not just as participants, but as challengers? Do you trust Omar Khan to make the necessary move? Do you stand with Rodgers even when everything doesn't go perfect? If you believe in us, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're here for every reaction, every breakdown, every moment of this journey. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What must change first? Defense overhaul? Coaching adjustments? Trade deadline magic? This is our team. This is our time. Let's finish strong. Let's rise. Let's go Steelers!